Alright. I've been wanting to do this list for a long time, man. The Nintendo Switch 2 is upon us. It's almost here. Well, I shouldn't say it's almost here. The big direct trailer thing is almost here, which will probably give us the release date for the Nintendo Switch 2. But I am excited. But before that even begins, I want to have a wish list of sorts. An ultimate video game wish list where I talk about all the games and franchises that I want to see on Nintendo's next console. And I'm going to be covering a ton of games, and I'm just going to be rattling through them because, like I said, I have a lot of hopes and wishes for this bad boy. So are you with me? Let's not waste any more time and let's get straight to all of the games that I want to see on the Nintendo Switch 2. I am hoping that Microsoft, if these random rumors and stuff, I haven't been watching any of the rumors, but even if I haven't been, I've been hearing the grumblings of there being a Halo Master Chief Collection of sorts, or the Halo franchise coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, and yes, I would like Halo in some shape or form to come to the Nintendo Switch 2. And while we're at it, can we have Wolfenstein, New Blood, and the Old Order come over as well? They gave us Wolfenstein 2 and unfortunately Wolfenstein Youngblood for the Nintendo Switch. And Youngblood sucked horribly, so can we do the New Order at least? Can I get more Wolfenstein? Because I am such a big fan of Wolfenstein, Bethesda. That's one of the only franchises I really like from you. I don't really actually care too much about the Elder Scrolls, even though I've enjoyed those games, but I like my Wolfenstein. Speaking of Bethesda, I want Dishonored on the Nintendo Switch now, on this console. I want Dishonored or Dishonored 2 or Death of the Outsider. I want all of it. Even though I have it all already on my Xbox, I want them on the Switch 2. Give it to me now. And as cool as it is that Sega's been porting over so many different franchises and that we even got Yakuza Kiwami, how about we get all from the Like a Dragon series, man? How about you give me Judgment, Lost Judgment, Like a Dragon Ishin, Yakuza Like a Dragon, all of them. On the Nintendo Switch 2, there should be no reason that these games cannot come to this platform. I actually fully expect them to, and I want this to happen. Not only do I want those ones to happen from Sega, I want Atlus to give us Persona 3 Reload, as well as Metaphor ReFantazio, because those games are amazing, and they would be perfect for the Switch 2. And since I'm kind of going over all these third-party wishful thinking type of stuff, how about, and here's another good one, Gears 4, Gears 5, and give me Final Fantasy 13, a complete trilogy, give me Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 16, and even Type 0, if you will, please and thank you. I will take any Final Fantasy I can get on Switch consoles. The original Switch had a great support of Final Fantasy games, and I want to see that continuing to happen. And Capcom, I want Resident Evil Village on my Switch 2, not a cloud version. Let me specify here, I don't want a cloud version like they started doing for the original Switch. It was awful. No way, in any shape or form, should we have to deal with that. Give me the solid, real deal Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, and Resident Evil 4 Remake, and bring them all right here on the Switch 2 for us. Thank you very much. And then how about some Tomb Raider love? And I'm not talking the classic Tomb Raider games like we've been getting. I want the reboot trilogy, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the Tomb Raider reboot, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. I want those three games on my Switch 2. I already have these games on basically every platform, but I would buy them again because I am a glutton for Tomb Raider. I freaking love Tomb Raider. I will take any Tomb Raider game I can get, which takes me to my next one. It's awesome that we got a Worms Armageddon reboot, and it's awesome that we've had a few other Worms games, but I need more. I want Worms Pinball, I want Worms Revolution, I want the original Worms, and I want Worms 2, if possible. These aren't even big title games, but they need to be on the Switch, because after playing Worms Armageddon on the Switch, they work so well. It just works so well. So for the Switch 2, give me some Worms. Let's go. Give me the Worms, baby. I can't get enough of it. I was so impressed when I saw how well Nier Automata actually ran on the Switch. For considering how action heavy that game is, I was very impressed. Even with the visuals, what they did there was immaculate. And if they can do that for the Nintendo Switch of all consoles, there is absolutely no reason why they can't bring Nier Replicant to the Nintendo Switch 2. That is the missing key ingredient that I need for this console. And if you haven't had a chance to play this and you only own Switch consoles or Nintendo consoles, you should be wanting this too, because this is a really dang good game. It's right up there with Automata, man, so let's keep this train rolling. Now I've got a few oddball ones. The first one being is from the Danganronpa series. It's kind of the only Danganronpa game that hasn't come to a Nintendo console now, and that's Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls. What a weird game that was, but I still enjoyed it for the most part, man. And that is a very different Danganronpa game. It should be on the Switch too. I think they should do it and see if it sells well, and then maybe we'll finally get that Ultra Despair Girls 2 that they hinted out in the original game. That would be pretty dang cool. And another one that's kind of like locked onto the PlayStation 4, and I don't know if it's an exclusive title or not, but I kind of want to see it, is Sakura Wars, again by Sega. Really cool game that deserves a second chance because it was just such a unique and fun title. And since so many people are into these romance-esque dating simulator games, this one has those elements as well. Bring it over to the Switch 2, see how well it could do. I bet it would do phenomenal on this platform. Continuing on, I would like to see Lies of P make its way to the Switch 2. I'm fairly positive it can happen. There's also a really cool horror game that I played and tried out and advertised to heck and back. Indica. Indica is definitely another one, and Still Wakes the Deep for that matter. If you haven't tried these games, I highly recommend them. And then Atlas, one more time, just thinking about it now, Soul Hackers 2. I actually really enjoyed this game. I think it deserves more love. And then we're jumping back to Capcom. Dead Rising, all of them. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, and even the remake. Give me every single Dead Rising that is possible because it deserves that opportunity. Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Switch 2. Sounds like a perfect match made in heaven. GTA 5 and 4, a complete edition, would also be a welcome thing from Rockstar. And whoo, sorry, got a lot of games I want to. The Dead Space remake. Let's get that one on the Switch too, guys. Let's go. I totally forgot. Final Fantasy VII remake, Rebirth, the entire trilogy. I need that on the Switch. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins, man, that one would be a great addition to have. So much Final Fantasy, yet not enough Final Fantasy, am I right? Okay, I think that's it for like the third party and even some indie stuff off the top of my head. I'm not sure, I'm sure I'm missing some, but Elden Ring, okay, let's throw in Elden Ring, okay. Now, we're getting to Nintendo games, specifically games by Nintendo, and this one isn't games that exist, it's rather just games I hope to see sequels for and whatnot. Are you ready? This is another big one. Here we go. Gotta take a breath here. Splatoon 4! Splatoon 4! And yes, I would like an ARMS 2 sequel and a Ring Fit Adventure sequel. Thank you very much. I do predict that they will have Xenoblade Chronicles 4 or a spin-off, and that will be a welcome addition. We, of course, need another new Fire Emblem. I want Pikmin 5, and I absolutely want a new 3D Mario. I expect it to happen sometime at the beginning of the Switch 2's life cycle, and I want it to be an Odyssey sequel, or heck, I'll even take a remastering or a reimagining of the Galaxy games. It doesn't really matter. I just need more 3D Mario in my life because that would be fantastic. And then I want to see what the next Zelda game is going to be. I think it's going to be Wind Waker or Twilight Princess again, but that's okay. I just need that Zelda title sooner versus later because Zelda's kind of an annual release at this point, and Zelda's awesome. Of course, there's going to be a Mario Kart 9 that's already been confirmed, but what hasn't been confirmed yet that I want to see is Luigi's Mansion 4. I think that would be a terrific game to have, and we just got a new Mario Party, so I'm not necessarily needing one right now, but in a couple years, sure, why not? Give me another Mario Party in about 3 years, and I will be happy. And hey, Nintendo, since you're just gonna fulfill my amazing wish list with all of these games and work so hard to bring these to me, how about Star Fox? You know, that franchise that you decided to just kill off for the last decade? How about we get a new Star Fox game and not a reboot of the same game that we tend to get time and time again? Give me another Star Fox game and bring Crystal back. Everybody loves Crystal. Why won't you just put her in Smash Bros or something? We could use some more Star Fox in our lives, dudes. And then I want more remasters, and I know that's kind of a weird thing to say because we do get a lot of remasters and remakes, but I would love to see a remake slash remaster of some Super Nintendo titles, specifically Chrono Trigger, which I know that's not Nintendo, but when you think of Chrono Trigger, I think of the Super Nintendo at least, but more specifically that is Nintendo related. I want to see the original Yoshi's Island. I want to see the Donkey Kong Country trilogy get a nice retouch-up or remaster of sorts. I would love to see Super Metroid get that treatment. I think these games could look amazing as remakes in HD glory. And this is kind of one that I've been on the fence about, but for the N64, if you're going to remake any game, let's do a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. And I know that sounds blasphemy because the original game was just so perfect, but a reimagining of, the same story and everything, but just more things to do and more of that Ocarina Hyrule to explore. I mean, it would be so cool. Heck, I would take a Majora's Mask remake. Instead of there being the 20-something masks to collect, there's 50 masks to collect now. You know what I'm saying? Just elevate these classic Zelda games in a way that's just... bring it all back, man. Bring it all back. Heck, I would take an open world Zelda Wind Waker game. Maybe I'll do a whole video on that because I love me some Wind Waker. But yes, reimagining of some classic Nintendo games like that, whew, I would pay good money for that. I really would. Gosh dang it, I just realized I've got 2 franchises that I want to see come to the Switch as just entirely new releases. I want to see a new Bomberman, because I love me some Bomberman, and not the Super Bomberman R ones. Those ones were not that great in my opinion. I want a new Bomberman and a new Rayman game that's like Origins and Legends. Please and thank you, let's go back to the Nintendo games now. Nintendo, you need to work with Microsoft to get me Diddy Kong Racing again, okay? I need Diddy Kong Racing to be brought back. I don't need it to be a remaster of the old game. I just want you to bring in a new one. A crossover series where Diddy Kong is racing against Master Chief in a kart racing experience. 10 out of 10 game right there. This is a 10 out of 10 idea that I'm just throwing out there. More Diddy Kong Racing, please. Someone, help me out here. Please, Conker's Bad Fur Day as well, in any shape or form, and a new Banjo-Kazooie. And I know they're not Nintendo, but when I think of these games, I think of Nintendo, so I'm counting them here. Oh, man, I miss Banjo so much. Hey, Nintendo, I also forgot to mention that you left a lot of games on the 3DS that never got over to the Switch yet, so it's time to bring these franchises back up to the Switch too. Namely, Ever Oasis and Kid Icarus Uprising. I fully expect there to be a Kid Icarus Uprising remastered of sorts, but those 2 games in particular did not get enough love. They deserve a second chance. Nintendo, you have the ability to make it happen. Let's do this, baby. Let's go. And of course, I'm going to expect 2 new Kirby games on the Nintendo Switch 2 because Kirby gets a ton of love and deserves all the love in the world because Kirby is amazing. But let's bring on over all those 3DS Kirby games, alright? Let's get Triple Deluxe over there. Let's get the Battle one. I can't remember its name off the top of my head. Let's get Kirby's Epic Yarn, the remastered version, but let's make it full HD. Snag that bad boy over. Let's get Kirby Robobot. Bring all the 3DS Kirby games and give me 2 new Kirby games, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll be slightly full of my Kirby, but probably not because Kirby is the best thing ever, and I will never not want more Kirby. And I will make a full video on this, but I want more Super Smash Bros. And I don't just want Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe, which includes all the characters and adds in a few more, and they'll probably do that, but I want spin-off Super Smash Bros. That focus on specific franchises. I want a Super Smash Bros. Legend of Zelda edition where there are 40 Zelda characters going up against each other in a game. I want a Super Smash Bros. Pokemon edition where there are 40 Pokemon characters going up against each other in one specific game. Heck, I would take a Super Smash Bros. Fire Emblem. Okay, so maybe not that one because everyone's just going to basically have a counterattack in the same movesets, but you get the point. It's time for Super Smash Bros. To change things up or to just go back to focusing more on Nintendo IPs, and I would love to see it. And heck, if they really want to make a roster of over 100 characters for their next Smash Bros., you know, be my guest, but good luck, it's a lot of work. I think my strategy's a little bit better, plus then we get more Smash Bros. In a way. And I would love to see another Mario Tennis or Mario Golf game with one small caveat, and that is that they're actually good. Mario Tennis was okay, and in my opinion, Mario Golf, the new one, the Super Rush one, is the scum of the earth type of game. Sorry for people who like that. I absolutely hated it, and as a diehard Mario Golf fan, that game kind of killed the franchise for me, so let's try this again to revitalize my love and give me a Mario Golf with actual tournaments and characters to unlock, and if you're gonna do a campaign, not make it only 3 hours long, you know, please, thank you. And I will also take another Fire Emblem Warriors. Those games are fantastic. I wish more people played them. And I will take another Hyrule Warriors type of game because those games, especially Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition on the Nintendo Switch, is an amazing game. And Hyrule Warriors just works in so many ways. I will just take those. I know they're not technically like done by Nintendo. They're created, I believe, by Koei Tecmo. But they're still Nintendo franchises and whatnot, so I'm gonna roll with it. More Warriors games with Nintendo franchises, thank you very much. Give me a sequel for Astral Chain. Nintendo, you bought the franchise, so I'm assuming you're going to do something with it. Astral Chain 2 will be a welcome addition, thank you. I love you, Nintendo, thanks for listening, and when that happens, y'all can come back to this channel and thank me for telling Nintendo to make it happen, because they listen to me when I say to do these things. Trust me, they do. My uncle works for Xbox. You can trust me. I will also gladly welcome another Tetris 99S type of game. I will gladly welcome a new F-Zero title or a remaster of the GameCube one. That would be pretty dang cool. I will gladly take a new Wave Race, and I will gladly take a new 1080 snowboarding. And hint, Nintendo, we've been waiting for these for a little while, and give me a proper sequel to Advanced Wars. You had a great reboot. I've been trying it out recently. It's pretty dang cool, but I think it's time to give us a new Advanced Wars IP, especially since these strategy RPGs are really starting to take off. The timing is perfect for it. Let's make it happen. And I just want to quickly apologize. I was going to post like these games and just kind of show them up on the screen, but the amount of time it would take to edit that, and since I don't have an editor, because this is just a hobby and I don't have the money for it, that would take too long. So, sorry, I'm just rambling here, and I think I'm done. Oh wait, no, wait, I forgot a few more. Hang on. Detroit Become Human, I would like to see that. It's on PC, it's also on PlayStation, that's kind of only where it's been. I would like to see it come to the Switch too. It's a really cool game that I think a lot of people will enjoy. Plus, some more Neptunia. Maybe if they could work out, there's been some issues between Nintendo and the rating system versus Idea Factory and what they're doing with, for example, the Neptunia Rebirth trilogy. But I'd like them to work that out so we can get more Neptunia games, because those are silly and they're a lot of fun. So please bring those over. And then before I forget, there's this weird game that's not Endless Ocean, but it's like Endless Ocean, except it's a lot better and it's more affordable, called Beyond Blue. I would like to see that also come. I know that's a random one, but I just wanted to get it out there before I forgot. And then the last thing, and it's not necessarily my most wanted thing, but it is the most, I'd say, wishful thinking thing that I want from this whole list, and that's a new, proper 3D Donkey Kong Country-esque game. I'm not talking about like the 2D Donkey Kong Country. I think more DK64, but a proper 3D platformer that features Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong and Lanky Kong and Tiny Kong and Candy Kong and Funky Sorry, you get the point. Features all the Kongs with their own special skill sets and abilities. Exploring a giant island-esque open world type 3D platformer. I think that would be so cool, and I would love to see it on the Switch too. It's my most wishful thinking of them all, but I am done now. I think I got enough games for the ultimate wish list of the Switch 2 games, something. Okay, so let me know now in the comments down below, what games would you like to see ported over to the Switch 2, or just new IPs in general, or sequels and whatnot? I would love to know your thoughts down below. Thank you, I hope you enjoyed this. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to go do something else, because this was a long one. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye!